Hey everybody, this is Perch. Simple email, but it's one that I think if you put it this way: if you're a regular comic store customer, then this may have crossed your mind once or twice. So hopefully, several of you had this experience before and know what to do. Um, Mail goes, "Hey there, Percherino, right? Perch. Whatever happened to Perch Pete Perchington? I haven't actually gotten any porn spam in a long time. I don't know. They've given up. They've listened to the show and determined I'm an incel, not a good candidate for anyway. Whatever. Uh, wait a minute. No, that would be the other way around. They've listened to the show and figured out that I'm getting plenty, so there's no sense marketing. There. That one. I feel better about that one. Okay, your perjury. No. I am a comic book collector that has been collecting comics for 25 years. I've moved a couple times in my life, and the last time I moved, I set up a regular pullbox at my local comic shop. However, I'm about to move again, and I need to cancel my pull list from my comic shop. I am dreading this conversation. The owner of the comic shop has been super friendly to me, and when I did hint that I was going to possibly be moving, the comic shop manager said, "Don't worry about it. We'll easily ship them to where you live." In fact, the comic shop owner had offered to ship them free of charge if I spent a certain volume of money at the store. The problem is, moving is only half the reason why I want to cancel my pull box. The other reason is that my wife has started noticing how much I'm spending on comics. It's always the one. No, I'm kidding. My wife has started noticing how much I'm spending on my pull box and wants me to cut back. Comics aren't cheap. And when she presented me with the fact that I'm spending almost $300 a month on comics, even I can agree it's gotten excessive. How do I have the conversation with my local comic shop? I know I shouldn't just bail, but I feel like that's really my only choice. My comic shop has been nothing but nice to me, and I don't know how to tell them I'm going away. What should I do? All right. Well, first of all, what you should do is tell your comic shop. And first of all, it's just the ethical right thing to do. Even if the comic shop people were, even if your LCS was not very friendly, and everything else, you still you don't just set up a subscription and mail. The comic shop's going to order comics for you. Your $300 is not insignificant amount of comics that you're ordering. And, they're going to be stuck with this inventory they have to pawn off on someone else. So do the right thing and tell them you're leaving. It is the right thing. On top of that, you say that the comic shop has been nothing but nice to you. Okay. That's all the more reason to say something. Don't just vanish on them. Tell them you're going. If they've been nothing but nice to you, you need to be nice in return. And nice in return is saying, "Hey, I'm having to go. I'm canceling my account. It's not you, it's me." Whatever you want to say in that regard. But basically, you need to do the right thing and close the account. Now, the other thing you need to do is hide these purchases from your wife. My God, like what are you a rookie here? What's going on? How in the world did you make it this far in life? Not hiding things from your wife. No, I'm kidding about that. But it is. I recognize it's tough. Of course, it's tough. And when you set up a relationship with the shop, and you're a loyal customer, and you're seeing them, and you're talking about everything else, it's important that you let them know when you're leaving. And even though the comic shop might be happy about it, and hopefully the person is, if they're a friendly, good store manager, they're not going to sit and berate you because you're moving or you just can't afford the cost of comics. I mean, the comic shop's fully aware that comics are too expensive. Like they all know. And so, this isn't going to come as a shock. Maybe disappointing. I'm sure if you're spending $300 a month, it is disappointing because that's part of their revenue. But don't let yourself get guilted into doing something suboptimal either. The reality is comic books have gotten very expensive. And, $300 sounds like, wow, you must be buying a lot of comic books. Probably not. There's the other problem. I mean, yes, you're buying a lot of comic books, but put it this way: if I had some customers who had spent $300 back in the '90s, and that was a big ass pile, and $300 in 2024 is a smaller pile, like a significantly smaller pile. It's not just the $3.99, $4.99 stuff that gets you. It's that so many of these anniversary books are clocking in at like $8-10. That's the problem. There's an increasing volume of stuff that size. And if you're a comic collector and you're going in with variants, then, you may be, you're probably buying, things that are overpriced, the $10 variant as well. So, I mean, it all stacks. But, tell your comic shop, and it's good to say, hey, I'm leaving. This is why, the cost is too high and everything else. I would avoid if you're leaving comics or you're cutting back because of the woke. That there's an area, it's a very old adage that we've all forgotten now, where you don't talk about your politics or your religion in company you don't really know. It's good advice. I mean, so if you're going into your comic shop and you're like, I'm not getting any comic books anymore because of the gays, maybe not. Actually, why do I say that? Absolutely not. Just your comic shop owner probably doesn't want it. Now, if they bring it up, and some do, more power to you. The door's open to go at it. But I would avoid the culture war stuff. I mean, the reality, it's just, and it could be very simple. I'm just not interested anymore. This isn't for me. I've grown older. I'm, according to Marvel, I'm about to turn 43. So I'm going to enjoy the last few months of my life before I pass away, because apparently when you hit that age, you're so old, you're about to die imminently. And so, you'll make more room in your comic shop for younger customers. My older fat body can't, is taking up the space of, 3 children that could be happily enjoying their current comics, but I'm in here. So I'm going to stop buying comics and go die in peace so that, you can get that new audience that I've been selfishly blocking from entering your store. Anyway, there's a lot of things you could do. But the important part is tell your comic shop, let them know. Don't just ghost them. It's very, very common. Comic shops get ghosted all the time by customers. It's why you see policies sometimes that suck, like prepaying for the comics or, a toll on the box. Or, some comic shops charge rent for the pullbox. Like, we'll do a pullbox. So you're going to charge, we're going to charge an extra $5 a month for the service of pulling them. Like, comic shops are trying to come up with business models to, circumvent and avoid some of this stuff. And it's just none of this is good. So that's what's going on. Yeah. What do you think? So all you folks out there listening, are you buying comics at a comic shop? Have you ever had the experience where you had to leave? Maybe you're moving, maybe they're too expensive, maybe you lost your job, whatever it happens to be. How did you let them know? Did you let them know? Did you ghost them? If you did ghost them, do you feel like that's okay? Did you, am I wrong here? You're like, no, they don't deserve any warning. Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe, of course. And thanks for listening.